And you know what's even better?
No, that's how we're gonna start the video right there.
I
Just
live
that.
with my parents. They're gonna be like, "Who's this? Who's this old guy that still lives with us?" Mom, meatloaf.
What's up, everyone? This is Lakings Fan Talk, where we know nothing. I'm Rodney. I'm here with Rob and Mike, and this is the 2021-2022 LA Kings season preview. All right, Mike, let's start with you. Kings were a little busy this offseason with some additions. What do you think about the offseason?
Dano was awesome, man. Helps Kopitar out.
What the?
Helps Velarde out for sure, and hopefully it helps Byfield out. But Byfield's hurt, so it doesn't matter right now. Edler's whatever. He's like adding Phaneuf back. It's just a leadership move, but he's the sixth defenseman, so who cares? Like, is he really going to make a difference? He's not going to play top four, so it doesn't matter. Little Russian kid is super creative, and I like him. Arvidsson, feel like he could be good things. Seems like preseason, Dustin Brown and Kopitar really tried hard to get him the puck, to get some more shots on net, to get some goals going. So I feel like he'll be good.
Goals. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, exactly. Goals would be nice. Adding a guy like Arvidsson will bring somebody that has scored 30 goals to the line, unlike Iafallo, who's been unable to even score 20 for us, right? So hopefully that pans out 2 goals playing with Kopitar. Hopefully he could find his scoring touch again. But do like the Dano signing as well. But yes, I do believe that. I believe he's going to extend Kopitar's career another season or two, hopefully, so where he's not doing all the heavy lifting in the defensive zone, because Dano is a face-off specialist. So hopefully that'll help out Kopitar more than the young kids as well. So looking forward to it.
I feel like our group text message, I was 100% all about Dano and the signing, and I feel like someone else was fighting me on it. I don't know who it was, but
that was me, and I'll still fight. I'll still fight the term.
Yeah,
I'll still fight the term on the signing.
Hey, get overpaid. We suck, man.
We don't have to overpay. We don't have to overpay.
Yeah, we suck.
No, we're not Ottawa. We're not.
Yeah. We're right next to
Edmonton. We're not Calgary. No, we don't need to overpay.
Oh, we're definitely not Edmonton. We haven't had like 10 years of the first round pick, but we don't
need to overpay. I hate that talk. I hate guys that say we need to overpay. You listen to some podcast on the East Coast that said that.
All right, let's get into the preseason. Did you guys catch any preseason games?
Rob, you can go first.
No, absolutely. I've watched all of them, man. Just watched saw the Kings versus Kings, saw the preseason games, and just been watching. There's just been a lot of young kid stuff. Everyone's all so amped about our prospects, but guess what? Our prospects aren't going to win games for us this year. They're going to be playing down in the minors. So we're still stuck with apparently Iafallo being a top 6 forward. We're still stuck with Kempe not knowing how good he is. And these preseason games, I didn't see them change one bit either. It's not like Kempe can be that 25 to 30 goal scorer for us with the minutes. But
what does he need to do? Is it just a confidence thing? Shoot more? What does he have to do?
He has to score. He has to score. It's about just finishing. And that's why I think that so many people are really happy about our prospect pool, is because we have finishers. Fagemo and Kaliev have some of the best shots in their age groups, and for guys that are under 23 years old or whatnot. And I'm waiting for that to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen this year. Obviously, we'll get to talking about the lines. Kaliev, as of right now, is going to be up at the big club. And I'm just super excited about a guy that actually knows how to finish. So, and I'm going to say it ad nauseum about Iafallo and Kempe being top six guys getting top 6 minutes, and they can't score 30 goals playing with an absolute superstar like Kopitar. So
Yeah, I'll save that for when we talk about the lines as well, because I'm somewhat in agreement. Uh, but preseason is weird. Like everyone makes a big deal about preseason. Like Kempe didn't score, I followed didn't score. I don't think Kopitar scored, but for a lot of not so much Kempe and I follow, but like Kopitar, Brown, like Arvidsson, like they're just tuning up. Like they're not playing 100%. They're just kind of going through the motions. Don't get hurt. Doughty the same way. A lot of the veterans are just don't get hurt. You know what I mean? Like Byfoot got hurt, and that's the big bummer. The kids are obviously playing to try and win a spot, but a lot of the veterans are just playing to get to regular season because we kind of know what they bring. Um, in regards to the preseason, yeah, but I mean, we'll talk about lines. Definitely want to go on lines. I think Rob and I are probably going to go on the same page on that. But
Well, that's different
Ronnie, what do you
because
think of preseason?
it's totally different because I always thought you were a huge iFollow fan. I mean, you got what, 3 or 4 iFollow jerseys in your closet or something like that?
Yeah, was it the? I think it was the Hockey Hooligans. I have their shirt. I don't have jerseys. I have their shirt. The
Well, the
fuck,
Cal-
Alex Leeds. I follow. That's the shirt. Yeah.
well the Cal
But again, like Rob said, I think I follow is like a. He's a great third line player. He's a borderline second line player
yeah, yeah,
at best.
totally agree with you. Third
But
line.
again, and he's playing on Kopitar's line, but nobody's taking his spot away in the past couple of years. So, but
But
he,
how do we know?
but
How do we know? Does McClellan give anybody else a chance? I don't know.
but see, I feel bad saying all that stuff sometimes just simply because it's not their fault. He's not purposely trying to. I mean, he's not Evander Kane, right? He's not purposely trying to miss goals. You
Right.
know, if he could be a 30 goal scorer, he would be. But and it's not. It's I can't be a 30 goal scorer in the league, so it's not like if I'm talking shit about iFall, but simply for him to garner, the term we gave him. I don't know. I just thought I'm a little bit of a hater simply because I think there's other guys in the league that could have got $4 million, 4 years, whatnot, and come and score over 20 goals with a guy like Andre Kopitar. So
I don't know, but that's always been the theme, right? Like, oh, put them with Kopitar and they'll be great, but very few people are.
well, I will forever. My the way I judge a player is based on their salary. What are they doing for the team? And that's why it's funny how the best players on the teams are usually the ones I don't like the most. Drew Doughty and stuff, whatnot. Holy crap! Doughty finally had a season last year
Don't even start on
that was
Doughty, man.
worth being paid as a top defenseman. He was a top defenseman in the league. Now he deserves that. But the years before last, he was not playing like a top defenseman. He's a makes bad decisions,
Right.
and it's
I think it was well. I don't know.
it's because you got a
I don't know if we're gonna get
you
all that.
got
I
a
know.
man crush on Doughty.
I know.
You think you're Doughty when you play, and you're just and you are because you're terrible. You're
Yeah,
terrible out there making
definitely,
just
for
bad
sure.
decisions.
No, I just think he was trying to do too much, and he's on a shitty team. And I know, like all these people beat up Doughty, they beat up Carlson, saying they're shit, but they're all playing on shitty teams. Like, what do you expect's going to happen? There's 5 other defensemen. They're all letting goals in, and yeah, your plus minus is going to suck, and your team sucks, and you're going to try to do too much, and that's what's bad. Like, I played on a super shitty team, and everyone else becomes shitty because of that.
All right, let's move this along. Rob, you brought up Kaliev. The Kings' opening night roster has been finalized with the St. Wagner, Strand. Both cleared waivers. Going to start with Ontario. Obviously, Byfield, Athanasiou, possibly Mata going to start on the IR, although I heard that Mata was wearing the black today, not the no contact red, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, Kaliev making team. I really like that. Simply because we have nobody that scores goals on this team. So if we have at least one person scoring goals, that'll help.
Yeah.
Rob, what are your thoughts on the opening night roster and what would you have done differently if you were the coach or GM?
Um, Probably wouldn't have done much anything different. I mean, it is what it is. I'm really happy about Kaliev. If we're going to do this, we're going to get together. We're going to talk about Kings hockey because we're Kings fans. We're not doing this for fame and fortune by any means. So if we end up doing this over and over and over again, I think you're going to start understanding how much I like Kaliev. I'm going to talk about Kaliev nonstop. I might even, if I have another kid, I might name him Kaliev. Who knows?
I like it.
Um, uh, so with him making the club, unfortunately, the reason why he made it is because Byfield got injured. Um, he he's a finisher. He is what I want. I personally, I hope he doesn't start on the fourth line. I hope he gets some third line love
He,
there.
he, he was skating with Velarde and the Russian today
Yeah,
And
that
on the
Kachuk, yeah.
third line.
and I think that would be awesome. If that's the case, that's going to be awesome. Um, we'll talk about the lines as we go along, but as far as the roster being finalized, I like Strand. I like Strand probably a little better than Wolanin. But we're talking a seventh defenseman, so it really doesn't matter all too much, whatnot. So, I'm here. We are. We got our roster. We're ready to go. Let's get out there and compete and hopefully fight for a playoff spot, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a little while too. So
I mean, Lannon's no Davis Drewski, but I guess he'll be a good seventh defenseman. Uh,
Another jersey you have collecting dust in your closet.
solid 44 back there, you know. Uh, no, I mean the roster's fine. I'm glad they waived Wagner. Wagner's too inconsistent. Strand's whatever. Like he's good for a call up. I'm really curious to see what happens with Athensio whenever he comes off. I really feel like he's got to be traded at this point. There's no place for him to fit, right? Like he's not going to be a fourth liner. Uh, Kaliev's got a good chance to shine right now if he's got that third line spot. Uh, if he can score some goals, I mean, he might just stay there. And I feel like Elias Anderson should be a fourth liner anyways. Like, I mean, that line's had really good chemistry, but if Kaliev can score, like keep him there, you know? He's a goal scorer. He needs to be at least in the middle six to start.
You're
Um,
not a fan of the Velarde Elias Anderson connection on the third line? You want to push him
no,
down to
no.
fourth?
It's been good. I mean, it's been good, but I feel like if Kaliev can't be a fourth liner. Like he's not a fourth liner. So if you put him out there with whoever's on the fourth line, if it's more than Lazat and him, like it's just not going to benefit him. He might as well be back in Ontario. He's got a real shot to shine on the third line and go from there. Um, the only other person I think that should have got a better shot was Kapari. I feel like Kapari played really good in the preseason, and I felt like he would have been a good fit as the fourth line right winger.
um, along with all that, talking about the fourth line, you're going to be looking at Trevor Moore, who is actually on our team better than a fourth liner, but it's if he's at the fourth line, that means we're getting some depth that we do need. But between Blake Lazat, Trevor Moore, and Brendan Lemieux and Elias Anderson, between those four guys, any combination of those three down the fourth line, I think that's going to be pretty effective. Checking line, getting out there, giving us a good 8 to 10 minutes a
All
game.
right, all
Whatnot.
right. Getting a little ahead of ourselves. I think we have questions coming up soon.
Yeah, because
But
it's definitely talking about Lemieux later because I do want to talk.
all right, really quick, little bonus first intermission question. Rob, why should Kings fans poke check the like button and subscribe to our channel?
Well, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't even know we're doing this on the channel thing. Yeah, I do know this much. Michael's pretty good looking sometimes.
There you go.
So
I'm getting older though.
maybe
That's the
we can get
problem.
a female following.
Poke check
Yeah,
that like button for Mike.
we need to capitalize now before I get too old. You know.
All right, let's get into the lines. The Kings are going to open up the season with a top line of Arvidsson, Kopitar, and Brown. What's to start this? Mike, why don't you start? What are your thoughts on the first line?
I mean, you kind of have to open with that line, right? Because Brown's led the team in scoring last year. and him and Kopitar have obviously been a good pair for forever. And Arvidsson's he's a shooter, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but I felt like a lot of time in the preseason, Kopitar and Brown were doing a lot just to get him the puck, to get him shots on net, to kind of get him going. I feel like it'd be a good addition as soon as he starts scoring. I feel like once he scores a little bit, it'll just start bunching up, and we'll get a lot of goals out of him. So I like it. It almost reminds me of Kopitar, Brown, and Williams. He's like Williams 2.0, right? And I feel like Williams, besides Brown, was fucking Kopitar's fucking BFF. So
Wait, just to clarify, you're saying Arvidsson is Williams 2.0?
yeah, what did I say?
I
Sorry.
was just making sure. Just making sure.
Is that what I said? Yeah. All right. Sorry. A little bit of wine, but yeah, keep going. I mean, he's totally Justin Williams 2.0, right? He's coming off double injury, and everyone's skeptic of what his potential is because he's been injured. He scored a lot of goals before, and that's exactly what Justin Williams was before he came to the Kings.
Is he a former Stanley Cup winner?
He is not, but he went to the Stanley Cup, so kind of close.
Rob, what are your thoughts on the first line?
The only problem is we didn't trade Jack Johnson for him. So.
Big Dustin Brown fan. Absolutely love Dustin Brown. He's been my, him and Kopitar have been it for me for the last
And Daddy.
15 years.
But
I would not mind seeing Brown not on the first line. I really wouldn't. You could really go Kopi, Arvidsson, and you could put almost anybody not named Alex Iafallo on that line, and I'd be pretty happy about it. Love to see Kopitar, Arvidsson, and the new Kachev kid. Kempe. Even give you want to see. I haven't given up.
A little Swedish connection.
Yeah, I haven't given up on Kempe yet, and I wouldn't mind seeing Kopitar centering Arvidsson and Kempe. That'd be a good little thing going on there too. So. And if there's any chance of moving Velarde to a wing, just to make room for when Byfield comes back or whatnot, But so I wouldn't mind seeing Dustin Brown going down to a third line or even playing on a fourth line with the Trevor Moore or whatnot. And I think that would be pretty phenomenal because I think Brown is so interchangeable and has such a good rounded game. He can play anywhere and with anyone.
Right.
So.
And why give him all those minutes if we could prolong his career by another year or two?
Exactly.
Wouldn't you guys say though that it's Brown should start on the first line and someone should take it from him, or it's his spot to lose?
I don't think he really cares to win or lose or anything. Brown's just the type of guy that tell me what to do and I'll do it. I mean, he's.
But I'm just saying, like between the chemistry that Kopitar and Brown have, and Brown's the leading scorer, like isn't that his job to lose? Like, isn't it like someone should force him out of that spot? Like, if Byfield comes back and Velarde gets moved to the wing, Velarde should be playing good enough to warrant moving Brown down.
But I'm almost like, let's give somebody a chance. Like throw a young kid up there, see if they can earn the spot. If they can't, you can always put Brown back up there.
But even like
he's already lost it. He's been a top line winger with Kopitar, and we haven't made the playoffs in a few years. It's lost already.
That's a whole team thing.
Okay. Oh, exactly. It starts with the top, and that top line just doesn't score enough goals. So
I would say the Brown scores enough goals.
Okay, great. Yeah, last year on a COVID season, playing against the Ducks 10 times. Okay, great.
Yeah.
But he's
no one else scored any other goals.
We need a top line winger that's going to score. I'm asking for 30. There's how many teams have 40 goal scorers?
No, I completely agree. Lines? You know who I'd love to see on that line at midway through the season. Who should be on that line? It should be Turcotte on the wing with Kopitar, and
Turcotte's not going to score 40 goals his freshman year. Oh my God!
No, I'm not. I'm by mid-season.
If you see this, like it was stated in the beginning, we know nothing about hockey.
Yeah, we definitely don't.
We like guys just because we like guys, not because we think, hey, he's got this really great wrist shot and snap shot. We don't know.
It's Man Crush Monday. Yeah, keep going.
Exactly. Mike likes Turcotte because he's got a cool last name. Who knows?
All right, let's go to the second line. They have Kempe, Deneau, and Rob's favorite player, Iafallo, slotted on the second line. Mike, what do you think about the second line?
No, I think Rob should start this, but I will say right now, Rob, What do you think? Do you think I A, love this line or B, hate this line?
If you love it,
Yeah, do I A, love this line or B, hate this line?
oh, you love it. You love to
No,
know.
I hate
You
this line.
love I follow.
No, no, you want to know why I hate this line? I think this line is great at driving offense, but never scoring.
I thought you would like it because their initials.
I see three guys that will keep the puck in the offensive zone, but never score a goal.
I thought you'd like it because their initials make it the dick line.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I didn't even think about that, but I guess I now love it. So all right, game over.
New favorite
Um,
line?
um, I don't
Do you
talk to
agree with
say
me? Do you agree
what
with me
I,
what I'm saying though?
no, I wouldn't even listen to you actually. I
Do you
don't
know what I
like
mean?
the
Like
line.
I feel like they drive the puck into the offensive zone, but I don't see a lot of goals coming out of that.
Yeah, no duh. I
Yeah.
mean, that's
You,
Captain Obvious stuff you're saying right now.
yeah, I know, but you know who
Which is
fits perfect?
exactly what this podcast is.
Yeah.
It's hey, we're gonna just
You know who would
regurgitate
fucking fit.
obvious things.
You know who would fit perfect on that line?
Who's that?
Kaliev.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's
Denial, I follow, and Kaliev.
So everybody's cool with Deneau as a second line center. Just to clarify, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
so here's what I got to say about that line is I honestly playing armchair GM. I would love to see I follow and Kempe in a package, send them away for a true top six.
What about for a
And move Brown to the second
And
line.
then
I
and
can
then
see
now
that.
you can put anybody. We have a log
Or
jam.
Velarde.
We have a log jam that help throw
what
Trevor
about for a
Moore out
top
there.
left-handed defenseman? Or are you guys
Oh,
a big
Yeah,
Mike Anderson
yeah.
fans?
We don't need. Okay, yeah. Get rid of both of them in a package deal for a top defenseman,
Yeah,
and then now we have some open spots to
right.
let some of these kids come and play, for sure.
uh,
But it is what
I
it is as of right now, and hopefully, if they can just play even hockey rather than minus hockey, maybe we'll have some chances here.
and I feel like they'll play even hockey, but I mean, if you told me that was a third line, I would love every second of it
Exactly. It's
because
but that's been the story for the past 3 seasons for us is our top
first
six
line,
forwards
we
are
have
not top
first,
six forwards.
yeah, we have a first line, and then we have two
Ever.
third lines
Yep.
and a fourth line. Dano's a good 2C, but I mean,
But
I just don't.
he's a better 3C.
No. I don't mind him 2C for now. And wait for Velarde or Byfield or Turcotte, somebody to become the 2C down the line. Uh, the problem is like the wingers, like Kempe is like super hit or miss. Like he'll score 7 goals in 3 games and then won't score for another 15 games, you know?
Yeah,
Uh,
if we played the Canadians like every game, he'd score a hat trick every
yeah.
game. We'd be good to go.
I think Kaliev should be on that line. If you're really going to give him a shot, give him a shot, move him up with Dano and see how it goes.
All right, let's talk about the third line, which is slated to be Velarde, Centerine, Ketchup, and Elias Anderson, unless Anderson is still injured and Kaliev goes in his place.
Which is what how I'll talk about it is
Yeah.
that third line. This is what preseason does for everybody right now. There hasn't been a game, and I can sit here and say, oh my God, this is going to be such an exciting line to watch, and they're going to be so great this and so great that. Velarde's, catching fire here in the preseason. The catch kid is slick as they come. I really really like them. And then if we could get Kalia finishing with those slicksters out there, we got potentially a third line that can really really score for us, which is what we've been lacking for such a long time. And I can I can see them offensively easily being better than our second line, easily.
Do you
So.
think a coach will have the intestinal fortitude to make that switch and give those guys second line minutes? And
Honestly, the way it's probably going to be is all three lines are going to get equal amount of time. Actually, he's going to roll those three lines pretty much as he can, and knowing how serviceable our fourth line is going to be, I can see us the fourth line playing more than just 8 to 10 minutes a game. I could see them playing 14, 16 minutes a game and having a really truly balanced, A lot of
especially
going on out there.
especially because Byfield was going to be the fourth line center. So that made me think even more that they were going to roll four lines pretty even.
Yeah.
Right, they wanted to give him more minutes to see
Yeah.
what he could do. Yeah.
I like that third line. The only thing that scares me about Velarde is Velarde scores a lot of goals, or he puts a lot of points in garbage time. So in the beginning of last season, he was doing good when we were all rolling great. And then we were kind of coming into tough times, We were fighting for a playoff spot and he disappeared.
You understand he's 22 years old, right?
I know.
Okay.
And again, it's probably because he's only 22, and that is something that probably gets forgotten that he's the same age as Anderson Dolan and some of those guys. Uh, but he puts up a lot of points when it doesn't really matter. And again, it's preseason. He put up a lot of points at the end of the season when we were eliminated from the playoffs and he started scoring. He started scoring in his first year when he came up when, again, we were out of the playoffs. It was our garbage time. And so I'm just curious. Again, he's only 22. He's Italian, which Rob loves. Uh, so I'm just hoping that it's more like he matures into a better player and we're not just looking at a bunch of garbage point
I
time.
do like that he knows the knock on him is his skating, and he went out and worked with the skating coach this off season. I mean, he could have went off and gambled and not seen his kid at all like other hockey players, but no, he's doing what he needs to do. All right.
But I mean, he's going to get moved to the wing at some point, right?
Not if he.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. It's a pretty good center, so who knows?
All right, Mike. Second intermission question: why should Kings fans spear the like button and subscribe to our channel?
Because we have no idea what we're talking about. We have minimal hockey experience. I think we have Bush League hockey, a bunch of adult league hockey players talking about the Kings. Though we are very passionate and we've all been paying very close attention to the Kings for a while.
Yeah, but
Talking about what we see.
I
And
did meet
how we
Brett
feel.
Hull in front of Staples Center, though, so that might count for something.
Actually, I think that's a good reason to watch his channel. Is we're just Kings fans. We don't have connections. We're not going to not talk smack about somebody that's playing like crap just because we
Zach
know
Dooley.
them.
Unless
Right,
the
Zach
Kings
Dooley
want
will
to
not
start,
be
if the Kings
visiting
want to
us.
start paying us,
Right.
then we'll follow suit. So
You see that
Negative.
time
Negative.
right
We'll
there,
still
right?
talk crap.
we didn't even talk about the fourth line though. We didn't even talk about the fourth
Yeah,
line.
right.
Yeah, it's whatever. But I mean,
Hold on.
well, I'll tell you that. Like, I don't know. Moore's obviously a fixture in the fourth line. Everyone else is fluctuating around him. I feel like Kapari should have been the right winger on the fourth line. It was his time to shine. Center, I mean, Lazat, Jod, you could fucking fill in whoever, but obviously Byfield had his shot until he got hurt.
I mean, guys like Wagner, Grunstrom, Lazat, good guys, whatever. But I was so willing to throw them all on the waiver wires to give guys like Kaliev a chance, Byfield a
Oh,
chance.
and,
But
and back to Lemieux, like I felt like when I first saw Lemieux break into the league with Winnipeg, like he was flying around, throwing the body, and I don't see it as much.
Well,
I did see a little more this preseason
We need
versus
Lemieux.
the end of last season.
When I look, if I look at our forwards, we need Lemieux.
Yeah, we definitely need Lemieux.
We are soft,
if I look
Yeah.
at our entire team,
and
we're
we
soft.
are soft.
Yeah.
We are soft. Yeah.
I mean,
And especially, I don't know if you guys saw those new jerseys, but we're trying to roll out with white gloves. We are not a white glove team. We are not tough enough to be a white glove team.
we need somebody
We're
to
going to use
defend those
Lemieux
white
in
gloves.
lineup on white glove night.
Yeah, it's so true.
We're more like red panty night, right?
Yeah.
And as much as Wagner couldn't score on a breakaway to save his life, except for the preseason, he was one of the only guys that would actually check people on the Kings. He was, bigger guy, had some physicality to his game, but yeah.
Wagner
No.
wants to get his spot back in the Kings. He needs to start fighting a lot.
Yeah, right
He
now,
needs to be Lemieux with that speed and the havoc he can create with also fighting.
who do we have that would drop the gloves right now other than Lemieux? Jonathan Quick? That's about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right,
Exactly.
let's move on to the defense.
I'm surprised Mike didn't say I follow Will. He does everything.
No, I don't know why you think I'm a big Iafallo lover. I mean, he's like I said, he's a third line winger, maybe borderline
Hey,
second line.
Rodney, how much does I follow weigh?
That's a good question. I would say $180. What do you think?
So 380 with Mike swinging from his nuts, or probably right.
I
Damn,
gotta
dude.
get a thing for. So you guys know Iafalo's parents own that bar in what Buffalo. They all watch
Yeah.
the Kings. I say our next YouTube video, we all fly out there and we do a live video stream from his parents' bar, and we just talk
Yeah,
smack. Him.
so they can come and stab me in the back of the neck.
Yeah. Let's get a couple of fans before we do that. But yeah,
Right.
keep going. Let's move
Right.
on to defense. We're running
On
out
to
of
the
time.
defense.
All right, defense. Here we go. The Kings are going with the top pairing of Doughty and Mikey Anderson.
Let's
What are
talk
your
about
thoughts on
all
this
of
pairing, Rob?
Whatever.
Yeah, it's um, Drew Doughty is a top defenseman when he wants to be in the entire league. When he wants to be, hopefully he wants to be this season for the entire season. Mikey Anderson seems to have some type of chemistry with him, so it's an obvious choice for our top pairing, and I have no problems with it. I hope Mike Anderson gets a year wiser and a year better this year to help out, but it is what it is.
He
Are you
seemed to
guys
have a
getting
little bit of brownitis where like he'd fall down a lot. I'm like, is this Dustin Brown 2.0? I don't know what's going on. Mike, what do you think?
I was gonna say you guys getting some Matty Norton vibes?
Not from Mikey.
No.
No.
But I mean, we're talking about like what is he, 22, 23-year-old Mike Anderson?
Yeah, he's
You
20.
don't think he could develop into Matty Norton?
No,
I just don't see the same type of player.
I
Matty
don't see the
loved
same thing.
physicality. He loved getting hit. He loved taking
Right.
hits. I just don't
Yeah.
see the
I don't,
same
I
type
don't
of
see it.
player.
I was just thinking more like defensive play. Yeah, without the physicality, I guess.
So not Matty
That
Norton.
makes no sense at all.
Yeah,
So
okay. Okay.
basically, you and
Yeah.
I, we look exactly the same except for our hair, our eyes, our nose, but exactly the same. I
Yeah.
get it.
Spot on. Spot on.
All right.
Uh,
Let's see.
no, I don't. I mean, Dowdy likes playing with Anderson, so keep it going. They played well together last year. Hopefully, Dowdy has a better year. Dowdy's trying to make Team Canada, so hopefully that all turns out good.
All right, King's second pairing. What?
It's very blah, right?
Yeah,
Does it feel very
Gilford and Roy.
blah?
Yeah,
What do you
he's
think?
couple younger guys. I mean, I know Roy is over 25. What is he, 25, 26? But he's still young enough for a defenseman. And I'm hoping that doesn't become oh my God, they made a mistake that cost us the game. Oh my God, they made a mistake that cost us a goal, stuff like that. I like Roy a lot. I really like Tobias a lot, but just because I like them doesn't mean they're any good. I don't. As far as second pairings go, it's one of the weaker ones in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just like when I see them, I'm like, it's very like, it's not a bad thing. It's just very like blah. You know what I mean? They're not pushing the offense too much, but they're really good defensively. But usually that means if they're really good defensively, you don't really notice them because they're doing the
Right.
right
And
things.
moving right into the third pairing. Are we?
Third pair, go Rod.
We're ready
Go,
recording. All right. So, all right.
Third pair.
Rounding out the defense with a C if you're Canadian. The Kings will have Edler and Walker as the third pairing. Maybe a little Wolanin as he's starting the year as the seventh defenseman. Mike, what are your thoughts on this pairing?
I was really hoping it was going to be Edler and Walker with Clegg as the seventh defenseman, and then Clegg hopping in ever so often, back-to-back games, every other game, give Edler breaks and give Clegg a chance to crack the lineup. But then at the same time, I really don't like Clegg and Walker together because that's two very similar players that are both small and are both offensive, and that probably would not be a good pair.
I mean, there's a good chance that Wolanin just gets sent down if Mata is healthy, since he was practicing in the black, and it would be Edler and Mata going back and forth. What do you think about that, Rob?
Yeah. Well, actually, our third pairing with Walker and Edler, I'm actually happy with. As much as I'm underwhelmed by our second pairing, I'm actually quite hopeful for our third pairing. I think Edler is an absolutely proven veteran that's good, perfect for a third line. And Walker, maybe he could learn a little something from the old man there and make that step to being an even better defenseman than what I think he, because I like Walker a lot. I really do. ever since we lost Voinoff and whatnot, that right-handed defenseman that needs just to complement Doughty. I think Walker can actually step up and do that a little better than Roy can. I keep saying Roy. Um, well, Lannon, I I'm more for Mata. I'd rather see Mata, when he comes off IR or whatnot. I think that's going to happen in only a week, right? Um,
Yeah,
so
I think Walker's a little underrated. He brings some offense to his game for sure.
yeah, for sure. Hey, Mike, and actually,
Definitely look good in preseason. What were you gonna say,
I
Rob?
I'm going to actually say, wow, you actually see something in Clegg. So I like Clegg a lot. I really do. I, I'm
I
surprised because you don't recognize talent ever. So
Yeah,
really interesting.
I have a really bad eye for talent. I'm partially blind. I pick all the wrong
But
players.
I do.
Yeah.
I like Clegg as
Uh,
well.
I mean, if players aren't handsome, I don't like them. So you obviously know that. Any other thing I should mention real quick? One other thing too is like I feel like Roy and Walker are kind of just they're placeholders for the time
Yeah,
being because I feel like we've got some good guys coming up on the right side.
yeah.
There was a moment. Was it last year or the year before where both Walker and Roy were out, and our defense looked like absolute crap. And I'm like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
oh, I
ass.
really want Roy. We need Roy and Walker on our team. It was pretty
yeah, no, it
pathetic.
was really bad when they both got hurt. But I
And
feel like like Jordan Spence is like he's doing really good. I don't know if he'll ever make it. We
what
got
he is.
Frank Clark
I
too.
actually, I think Jordan Spence. I think he can. I think he's really really good. He's talented,
Yeah,
man. Size wise, no, he's only 20. I don't, but
But if he's the third pair defenseman, bringing a lot of
I,
offensive ability,
yeah, I think he's really
right?
good. Yeah, but you said about the right side. I mean, there's Dursey. Is
Frank
he ever
Clark,
going to pan out? Defenseman's a little different, So
yeah,
22-year-old defenseman is young, and Dursey's
right.
22. You got the Helga Grands kid that everyone's really really high on, and then Strand is still available, to come up and down with Spence. So there are guys. Those are four guys right there on the right side that can come up and down and do some things for us if we need to package some deals. If we go Kempe, Iafallo, Roy, hey, who wants this package for one guy and make room for more guys? Who knows?
Right.
and I think Rodney, you said it earlier, but everyone talks about when I say everyone, I mean like other podcasts, other Kings people talk about like, oh, the Kings just need that dynamic left wing defenseman, but like why? Like why can't we have two or three stay at home defensemen on the left
Hey,
side?
is a left wing defenseman? Is that like a new?
Sorry, fuck,
Is that a
dude.
new position
It's
that
the
I've never
alcohol.
heard of?
Yeah, it's the
Or
alcohol. It's the
okay,
alcohol. So I've had a little bit of alcohol. Disclaimer. So yeah, the lefty defenseman. Um,
Lefty.
redundant, but okay,
all
redundant.
right,
I get it.
whatever. Yeah, yeah. All right, dude. See now. All
The
right. Anyway,
left, not right,
Yeah.
D
yeah,
defenseman.
yeah.
Yeah, I get
Not the guy on the right,
it.
but the guy on the left. But what's the
Opposite
problem
the
with
right D
having
defenseman is what you're
the
talking
left
about.
side? Yeah, I mean, because obviously Anderson and Bjornford aren't that offensively talented right now.
Right.
But what's wrong with them being on the left side and having a dynamic right defenseman when you have Doughty, you have
We're
Clark,
not
and you
seeing
have Spence
Clark the
coming
whole
up?
year until after college is over. So
No, he's not college. He's in
I
juniors,
mean
but he's got
juniors, yes, yes,
he's
yes.
got
Yeah.
mono. Yeah, yeah.
We're not.
No, no, no. I'm talking about the future. I'm talking about like
Well, I'm talking.
going
Well,
down.
this is
We're not in the
this
No,
is
no,
future.
this year's. This is for this year.
because I said that like Roy and Walker are kind of placeholders for the
Right.
next couple of years.
Yeah. Okay.
So like, why do we need a dynamic left defenseman when we have dynamic right defenseman coming up the pipeline?
Probably because we want to make the playoffs and go far the first round. But
But
um,
you can't have two dynamic guys on defense
why not?
Why not?
Why not have three
because then
dynamic
Why
you
guys?
have
not? Why not Burns and Carlson? Why not?
because the Sharks never won a fucking Stanley Cup.
Sure.
Yeah,
Good point. Tee that one up for you, Mike.
yeah.
All right, let's move on to goaltending, guys. Cal Peterson's going to get the majority of the starts this year. I mean, he did last year, but supposedly he's getting a lot more of the starts this year. What are your thoughts on our goaltending tandem, Rob?
Um, it's it's not. I like Quick. I'm a Quick fan. He fights for us. Um, but he's past his time right now. Um,
Is that Jonathan Quick back there?
yes, that is Quick that just walked in right now. He 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 deserves to still be around. I don't think we should get rid of him in any way.
Right.
But it's Peterson's time. He's done enough to show that he's very serviceable. But that being said, that's why I like Quick is because he was beyond serviceable. He stole in those Stanley Cup runs. He stole games for us because he was
Right.
so athletic and so good. I don't know. I don't know how good Peterson can be if he can be that type of goalie in the playoffs. If we do make the playoffs, but I'm not wowed by our goaltending just yet.
I'm not either. Does the preseason scare you at all as far as Peterson not looking that great, or is that just preseason being
It's
preseason?
just preseason,
Crazy.
preseason, stupid shit.
Yeah, he knows he's the starter, so he's not really. It's preseason. I mean, I think Pearson still has more to prove, and he can get better. And I think, like Rob said, like I'm a big Quick fan too, and he's going to push Pearson to the brink. Quick is very competitive, and he's not just going to let him be the starter. You know what I mean? If Quick can win himself some more games played, he's obviously going to do everything he can. We have nobody. I mean, Sparks look good in preseason, but again, it's preseason. Beyond
You're
Sparks,
not
like
a you're not a Lucas Perique fan? Come on, what are you talking about?
yeah, but he's way down the pipeline. We have nobody for a couple of years, so
Villalta's actually
Peterson a
been
bust.
surprisingly decent.
Well, he had a bad year last year in Ontario, but that could be because Ontario's defense is horrible. Um, but yeah, I mean, he looked good in preseason again, but still, it's preseason.
All right, what do you feel are the Kings' biggest strengths and weaknesses? Mike, go ahead and start.
I don't know what their strengths and weaknesses are because we're a team full of question marks.
Well, I can
Our,
tell you right now. Like, I'll just jump in. Weaknesses is we are a wussy, soft team right now. Our biggest weakness is we have no team toughness. Our other biggest weakness is we severely lack goal scorers or
So
any kind of scoring touch.
we should have kept McDermott, is what you're saying.
Duh.
well,
Rob, what do you think?
our team strength. Uh, Nick Nixon and Jarrett Stoll. Our team weakness, Alex Faust and Patrick
On the
O'Neill.
base.
So
No
there you
love for
go.
Army in there?
Fucking Army, dude.
Yeah, cool. Cool, Army.
I like Army.
Of course you do.
No, you know the cool thing about Army was last season we were getting blown out and the guy stopped playing and he just went off on them. He was like, I didn't deserve to be in the NHL, but I played every game, played my heart out every game, even though I deserved to be there. And I was like, yeah,
You
good
know,
point,
you
man.
know what's great? You know what's great about Jarrett Stoll? Cocaine and Aaron Andrews.
Yeah.
So
And two Stanley Cup rings. Yeah. Park and ride. I told you I hated that question. Hey, Rodney, what Kings player are you most excited about next year?
I'll tell you right now. I'm most excited about Kachev because he's the only offensively minded Kings player. Everybody else just wants to skate around and pass each other, and he'll actually shoot the puck every once in a while. Hopefully, Arvidsson breaks
Oh,
that
are we
streak.
saying that right? Are we saying that right? Ketchup?
It's Kachev. So I watched
Yep.
about 97 Russian feeds, and they pronounce his name Kachev, even though he changed his name to an E, and they call him Kachev over here. And then your boy, the mayor, for some reason calls him Tikachev because has no idea how to pronounce the name, but it's Kachev.
but what does that matter? We don't know anything anyways, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't know anything, so I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him.
It's
Cool.
I'm gonna call him
This is
BT.
cool. Hey, Rob, you want to hear a funny story real quick? So we're playing a hockey game, right? Out there in Long Beach that we play. And I don't know what I was doing, but I think I was doing a spin move, little dowdy spinorama, and the guy's stick, he went to go poke the puck and he hit my skate and I fell. And they called a penalty on him, whatever. And the guy was like, "What?" He's like, "Man, whatever, Dowdy." Like that's he told me talking shit. And I stood up and I looked at my goalie and I was like, "You just call me Dowdy?" And I was like, "Dude, you fucking just call me Dowdy." Who are you excited to watch? Justin Brown, Jonathan Quick?
Uh, no, I said in the beginning, Kaliev, I want to know if he's the real deal or not. You know,
He's got a goal
everyone,
per game right now.
everyone talks about how he's lazy, he's slow, he's lucky, he's whatever. I don't give a fuck what he is. If he's going to score 15, 20 goals for us as a rookie,
So
I don't give
I don't think he's
call him
lazy.
whatever you
I
want.
don't think he's lazy. He might be a little slow, but
other than not being roommates with Marcel Dion in his rookie year, does anybody see any similarities with Kaliev and Luc Robitaille? Slow skater,
No, no,
not that
I
good
just
defense,
I just
just
said it
scores all
now.
kinds of
I just
goals.
said it right now.
no, don't even start with that.
Just throwing it
I
out
just
there.
said I just said it right now. So
What did you
No,
say?
that's exactly
I said Luke Robitaille was
exactly.
also slow.
I guess that's right up our alley. That's something Kings fans would say.
All right. Do you see the Kings making the playoffs this year? And why or why not? Mike, go ahead.
Michael.
Uh, my heart says yes. My brain says maybe. Um, I mean, they're basically, you're looking at Vegas, I guess, number one, even though Robin Leonard's trying to destroy that locker room and crash that team down. Edmonton's maybe number two, even though their defense is horrible. And besides their top two centers, like it gets kind of weak. Um, so it leaves everyone else, right? There's the Kings, Vancouver, kind of question marks. It looks like they're on the uptuck with the players they have, but again, it's all potential and see how they play. Calgary is a shit show. We'll see where Daryl Soto takes them. Seattle's, I don't think Seattle's that good. I feel like a lot of people are putting Seattle in the playoffs just because they
They're
got burned.
stupid.
Yeah, well, no, I feel like they were like, oh, Vegas is going to
Yeah,
suck.
that shows you how stupid people are.
Yeah, they're playing CYA, right? Cover your ass because they're saying
I think every prediction poll I saw had the Kraken finishing ahead of us, and I'm like,
and like
yeah,
98 points or 96 points. It's all CYA, cover your ass because Vegas
Said
made
that
them all
already.
look stupid. Yeah. And San Jose, I mean, San Jose is going to crash and burn, and the Ducks are just bad right now.
Rob, we making the playoffs or what?
Um, yes. We're getting that last spot in into the playoffs. Um, and didn't we win a Stanley Cup from the 8th seed?
I'm pretty sure we did.
I
I'm
think
pretty
we
sure we
did.
did.
I think we did.
Mike, do you still have Penner's phone number? Let's call him up and confirm that.
I wish.
I think we get that last spot simply because we are in the worst division in hockey, and I'm willing to eat my words. In how long? 8 months? When do we start here? When's it over? April, right? So however
Yeah.
many months that is away from here, I'm willing to eat my words, but I'm telling you right now, Seattle
They're so
sucks.
bad.
Right.
Just because Vegas one time as an expansion team, one fucking time, shocked the whole entire league. But that's because their whole draft and they mollywopped everyone into giving them that roster.
Yeah.
And the league was more aware of that to not let that happen this time. And Seattle sucks, plain and simple. And you people that are saying Seattle's going to make the playoffs or they're going to finish it, you guys are just stupid. So
I have to agree with that one.
I think we're better than the Sharks. I think we're better than the Ducks. I think we're better than Seattle. So that means we just got to be better than one
Calgary
of
and
the,
Edmonton, right?
yeah, we got to be better than one of the Canadian teams.
Right.
And
What do you guys think about Vegas?
fuck the Canadians, right?
What do you guys think about Vegas?
Yeah, they're going to win the division.
Yeah.
Them,
I don't think they're as
You think
good
they're
as,
as good as
they
they
were
were
the last
before?
couple of years. But
Yeah, they're
but
not gonna be.
They're still the best in our division, unfortunately.
But they're not as good as they've been in the
No,
past
I don't think so.
years.
No, they're not. And it's funny. They just lost the Vezina Trophy winner,
Yeah.
Right.
and everything's going to be great. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Leonard's out there fighting Twitter wars.
Dude, you don't understand what bipolar does, man. I'm bipolar, right?
Oh, I know.
It's there's no way he can go a whole season without flipping out a couple times. I don't know. I can't
And,
believe it.
and Edmonton's the same thing. They're just a big question mark. I mean,
As much as I hate saying it, Connor McDavid is God's gift. He's
I know, but they're
He's-
writing a
he's
40-year-old
ridiculous.
goalie. Their
It makes me
defense
so
got,
mad.
their defense got worse.
So if the
I'll
Kings,
tell you what, Edmonton's goaltending sucks. Mike Smith, he
Yeah.
sucks. And I'm not one to always bash, but you know what? I'm bashing right now. And then if he was standing right in front of me, I'd be like, Mike, can I have your autograph? No, but no, he's an Edmonton Oiler. He's not the answer for them.
yeah, can you win a cup with all offense and suspect defense and goaltending?
They couldn't even get past the first round. What are you talking about?
Right, not even that. Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Whatever you want
real
to talk
quick.
about, Kings hockey. Go.
No,
for it.
no. Real quick, what do you guys think about those jerseys?
Okay, that's
That's
what
it?
you just said.
Be
That's
real
where
quick.
we're at. We're talking about whatever you want to talk about. Not wait.
Oh yeah, well, I want to hear about the jerseys.
Is that what you want to
That's
talk
fine.
about, the jerseys?
I don't want to talk about jerseys.
All right, well, good.
Again, I think we talked.
Passion,
I think we talked about when we weren't recording, but we're walking around with those white gloves, and we don't have white glove energy team.
I mean, my favorite Kings logo of all time is old school Chevy Gretzky era.
Oh, I love the logo.
So,
Love the logo, but the white gloves.
Me,
Yeah.
mine's the coat of. I like the coat of arms, or I like the Burger King.
yeah, it reminds me of the Knights white jersey, which that's what I don't like about it. But other than that, I like it.
I'm just saying.
Maybe if they
I like
put
my
the
brown-
Burger King
brown,
logo
too.
on the gloves,
Yeah.
on top of the gloves. What do you think?
I'm just saying. You guys, Rob, you see white gloves on the ice. What do you think? Major douche, or it's time to get a little physical, right? And we
We
have
need
no
to-
physical players. We
White
have no
gloves. All you
physical
need
players.
is a number 69 out there.
Yeah, or red helmet, and one of those three things.
Yeah, 2 different colored socks.
Yeah,
That being said, how many pre-order jerseys did you buy today, Mike?
0, but I would definitely take a jersey.
Let me do one more thing on the Kings, and we'll go into that. I don't know why nobody loves Martin Furk. I'm a huge Martin Furk fan. And here's the deal. He's one-dimensional, whatever. I'm saying keep him on the Kings. Throw him on the fourth line. But on the power play, have management and have Martin Furk watch hours and hours of Ovechkin one-timer power play goals. And just
Can you imagine
throw him on
Furk?
PP1 and just
Could you imagine Furk on the left side, Kaliev on the right side
Right?
on PP1?
why is Furk
with
getting no love?
Kopitar and
Hard-
Kuchev slicking around, and then throw Doughty at the top?
Hardest
Man.
shot in the NHL. I know he got the scoring the hardest shot in the AHL. But
This is what I'm
was it
talking
108,
about, man.
109?
Martin
This is
Furk.
absolute
Martin Furk will be
nonsense.
29 years old in the first month of the season, and you guys are talking about a career AHLer.
Anyway,
Yeah, well, yeah, at
Like,
29.
don't sit there and
and
be
at
a voice of
29, he was a
reason.
career minor leaguer.
You're not allowed to be a voice of reason when you're the dumbest guy here. You can't. We're trying to
Martin Furk.
imagine and have a little
Martin Furk, power
fantasy
play
talk
one,
here.
lined up in the spot where Brett Hull, Shanahan, Ovechkin made a living. Just line them up there, feed him the puck,
Yep.
hit those one-timers all day long. 10
Agreed.
times, shoot that one-timer. The 11th time, do a pass, the back door, score, because everybody's scared of that one-timer. That's what I'm saying.
Yep. No, I agree.
Anyway, let's talk
So-
about the Ontario Reign family experience.
Yeah, let's talk about what you're doing right now. You're drinking a beer. You know what that would cost you if you're at a rain game?
A little more than it's costing me now.
17 freaking dollars. And I said freaking so you don't edit it. 17 freaking dollars.
Did you say
Are
Firkin?
you editing it out? F-bombs? 'Cause they
colors?
dropped a bunch of.
18 if it's an import.
Really?
Yes.
That was preseason too, right?
That was preseason.
This isn't even Staples Center, LA Kings. This is Ontario Reign.
This is Ontario Reign. $18 beers. Here, and I took a picture of the menu. Let me read you the menu here.
Hey, what did the boys think of the game though? They have fun?
I couldn't afford taking. It's absolutely kettle corn, a bag of kettle corn that you buy at the fair for $5. That's overpriced at the fair. Oh, let's just double that, and make it a $10 bag.
Yeah, why not? Even number.
Anyways, that's what I want to talk about is that you went to a rain game and was just like flabbergasted. I
Yeah.
wanted to give a quick shout out to Joe, Darren. I want to
Did you
can't
say
wait.
Joe and Derek?
Darren, Derek.
Oh, Darren, yeah. Definitely
Because
not Dan,
Darren,
though. Definitely
no,
not
this
Dan.
isn't. No, I'm sitting here while we're talking. I'm sitting there and I'm hearing. And the reason why I say those two guys is because I'm hearing both of them talk to me right now because
Darren?
they're so I don't know realistic about things. You know, they just the way that they try and be. They're just smarter than I am. That's all. They're just
I think they're smarter than all of us.
yeah. So
No offense, Michael.
well, that's easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully people listen and maybe we could get a little live stream going one of these days
Yeah,
and
we'll
actually
do it like
interact with Joe and Darren and have them and then people can actually hear how
yeah.
smart they are but how stupid they are at the same time
Yeah.
because they'll make
They're
too much
stupidly
sense.
smart and smartly stupid. It's just
Yeah,
ridiculous.
and that's the thing. We don't want to necessarily make sense. I like Dustin Brown because he looks like my kid. He looks like Andrew to me, you know. I like I like Kopitar because he's looks like Lurch, you know. Just we like these people not because they're good, just because. Why do you like Dowdy? Seriously, because you think you look like Dowdy, right, Mike? You actually think you play like Dowdy.
I
That's the
think
only reason why
he
you
likes
like
a persona. He plays and he
exactly.
feels like he is
It has
daddy when he's out
nothing to
there.
do with how good he is, but you'll fight somebody to
Do
say how good he is.
Mike, do you argue everything the ref says? Do you yell at, like, in a really high voice and argue them?
Yes, he does.
That's what I
No.
want to know.
No. Rob, I'm an ex-catcher, so I buddy up with all
You
the
look like a
referees.
catcher. You look like a catcher.
He set himself up there.
Yeah.
That's good.
You wish, dude. I'm an ex-baseball catcher, so I buddy up with the referees all the time. So I don't argue.
Hey, just to let everyone know, I don't have a job. I live with my parents.
I don't think he had to say it. That's how the video's gonna start.
You're gonna have to do a good job of editing.
That was classic.
Yeah, edit out that left defenseman talk I was doing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got to give a shout out to my brother too, Nick. My brother Nick. He's going to listen to this for sure, 100%. He's going to
Nick
be
is in Nicolaj, the former legendary Fridays.
Yep.
What was that game called that used to play up on Fridays?
What was it called? The
I don't know,
trivia
but
game.
he was. Whenever I went to Fridays, he would always be like number one
All
on the
right.
list.
He would
All right.
get free T-shirts for finishing in the like top
Anthony
10
shit,
nationally.
All right, Kings fans, don't forget to cross-check that like button. Subscribe to our channel for more LA Kings fan talk in the future. Until next time, go Kings, go!
Let's go, follow.
Figures.